Most people don't run out of money because they earn too little. They run out of money because of something far more invisible, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. Think about the last time you received a little extra money, maybe a bonus, a tax refund, an unexpected payment. What happened to it? Where did it go? If you're honest with yourself, you already know the answer. Something always comes up. Something always costs exactly what you had. The car, the unexpected bill, the opportunity that couldn't wait, and the money disappears. This doesn't happen because life is hard. This happens because your mind has been trained for years to operate in scarcity, and as long as that programming runs in the background, no tip, no trick, no spreadsheet will save you. But today we're going to go deeper than tips, because real tips only work inside a mind that is ready to receive them. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see your bank account forever. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus earns $4,000 a month. His rent is $900. His car is paid for. His kids are in public school. On paper, Marcus should be fine, but every month, every single month, he reaches the 25th with nothing. Sometimes the 20th. He doesn't drink, he doesn't gamble, he doesn't spend on luxury. He just spends on nothing specific, on everything. Marcus isn't irresponsible. Marcus is running an old program that was installed before he even knew what money was. A program that says money is for spending. A program that says saving is for people who earn more. A program that says it's okay to be broke. That's just how it is. You might not be Marcus, but some version of this story lives inside you too, and that's where we're starting today. Tip number 1. Stop waiting for money to be left over. This is the most dangerous financial lie ever told. I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. There is never anything left, because your brain won't let there be. Your mind operates like a thermostat. Set at 68 degrees, it will heat when it's cold and cool when it's hot, always returning to 68. Your financial thermostat works exactly the same way. If your internal setting says zero balance by the 25th, your spending will unconsciously adjust to make that true, every time. So the first move isn't budgeting. The first move is reprogramming the thermostat. How? By paying yourself first. Before rent. Before food. Before anything. The moment your paycheck arrives, transfer 10%, even 5% if that's where you're starting, into a separate account. Not to invest yet, just to protect it from yourself. This one act breaks the loop, because now the money doesn't exist to be spent. It exists as proof that you are someone who keeps money, and that proof starts to rewrite the program. Tip number 2, track every dollar for 30 days, not forever. Just 30 days. Write down every purchase, every coffee, every impulse buy at the checkout line, not to punish yourself, to see yourself clearly. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. They feel broke, but they can't explain why. So the mind fills the gap with a story. I just don't earn enough. But that story protects you from a harder truth. When you write it down, the truth shows up on paper, and it's rarely what you expect. The streaming services you forgot you subscribed to, the daily lunch that costs more than your electricity bill, the small purchases that added up are paying for someone else's mortgage. This is not about shame. This is about clarity, because you cannot change what you cannot see. And right now, most of your financial life is invisible to you. Make it visible. 30 days, every dollar, no exceptions. Then look at what you actually built and decide if that's the life you want to fund. Tip number 3. Kill the subscriptions that are killing your margin. You are probably paying for things right now that you haven't used in months. A gym you drive past, a streaming service you forgot existed, an app that charges you $9.99 every month while doing absolutely nothing for your life. This isn't about being cheap. This is about being intentional. There's a difference between spending and investing. Spending is money that leaves and doesn't come back. Investing is money that leaves and returns as value, as knowledge, as experience, as income, as time. Go through your bank statement right now, or after this video, and ask one question for every recurring charge. Is this actively improving my life, or did I just forget to cancel it? If the answer is the second one, cancel it today, not tomorrow, today, because every dollar you stop losing is a dollar you start keeping, and kept dollars compound. Lost dollars disappear forever. Tip number 4. Create one financial goal with a deadline. Vague goals don't get funded. I want to save more money is not a goal. I want $1,000 in a separate account by July 1st is a goal. The difference isn't motivation, the difference is clarity. When your brain has a specific target, it starts to orient toward it automatically. You start to notice opportunities you would have ignored. You start to question purchases you would have made without thinking. You start to see money differently, not as something to manage, but as something to direct. Pick one goal, make it real, write the number, set the date. Tell no one, not because it's a secret, but because protecting the energy of an unborn goal is wisdom. And then build your entire financial month around that one target. Every dollar either moves you toward it or away from it. That's it. That's simple. Tip number 5. Interrupt the impulse before it becomes the purchase. Here's the mechanism most financial advice skips. You don't overspend because you're bad with money. You overspend because you're trying to feel something. Think about the last thing you bought that you didn't need. What were you feeling in the moment before you bought it? Bored, stressed, excited, numb? Every impulse purchase is an emotional event disguised as a financial one. You're not buying the product. You're buying the feeling you think the product will give you. And it almost never delivers. So you buy again. The interrupt is simple. Before any non-essential purchase, wait 24 hours. Not to decide if you can afford it. To decide if you still want it. Most of the time, you won't. Because the emotion that created the desire will have passed. And with it, the illusion that the purchase was necessary. This one habit, practiced consistently, will save you more money than any budget spreadsheet ever will, because it doesn't attack the symptom. It addresses the source. Now let me bring this back to Marcus. Marcus didn't change his income, he changed his sequence. He started paying himself first, $200 a month. He tracked his spending for 30 days and found $340 in subscriptions and impulse purchases he'd been making on autopilot. He set one goal, a $2,000 emergency fund. He started waiting 24 hours before every non-essential purchase. 6 months later, he had $1,800 saved. Not because he earned more, because he stopped letting his unconscious programming spend it for him. The money was always there. It was just leaking through holes he'd never bothered to look at. Here's what I want you to understand. Having money left over at the end of the month is not a math problem. It's a consciousness problem. The math is simple, spend less than you earn. But simple doesn't mean easy, not when your entire nervous system has been trained to sabotage any financial progress you make. The tips I gave you today are real. They work. But they only work if you apply them inside a mind that believes it deserves to keep money. So start there. Start with the belief that you are someone who builds wealth, not someone who waits for it to be left over, because it never will be until you decide it will. If this opens something in you, share it with someone who's been stuck in the same cycle. And subscribe, because next week we're going inside the psychology of debt. Why people stay in it even when they have the power to leave. That one is going to be uncomfortable, and that's exactly why you should watch it.